Phill, played by Jamie Kinna, was left distraught when Fizz, Jenny McAlpine, told him on their wedding day their relationship was over, and she soon went running back to the love of her life, Tyrone Dobbs, Alan Halshaw. In Monday's edition of Coronation Street, the unlucky in-love groom made every attempt he could to see if his wife would give him another chance instead of giving up on him. However, in the midst of all this, viewers of the ITV soap might have missed how he could develop a bond with Debbie Webster, Sue Devaney. The fallout of the wedding began with Eveline Plummer, Dame Maureen Lipman, discovering her grandson and Fizz were back together. Evelyn was the only one who found out, however, as Phill stormed around to the Dobbs household to find out if his wife was back with her former lover. He made it apparent if she were to have betrayed him, he would make life very difficult for her, and so she persisted to ask him for an annulment. Thinking she wasn't back with Tyrone, Phill asked his spouse if she would join him for lunch at the bistro so they could talk it out. When Fizz arrived at the premises, she was shocked to be greeted by a mariachi band and her husband dressed up in a suit and bow tie. As he told her she was going to have the most romantic date of her life, Debbie watched on and squealed about how romantic it was. With Fizz sitting nervously eating her food, Phill and Debbie were in high spirits, making the most of the music they had been provided with. Noticing their glasses were empty, Debbie went to fill up the couple's drinks, and it was during this moment she and Phill seemed to have a bit of chemistry. They bonded over their love of Spanish culture, a bond Phill has never seemed to forge with Fizz, as they don't have very much in common. Although the moment was fleeting, it could be a big hint towards what's to come in the next few weeks as a couple of storylines reach a head. By the end of the episode, Fizz and Tyrone felt they couldn't enjoy their rekindled romance because Phill was acting as a roadblock. With a 2-week deadline for him to prove to Fizz why they should be together, Phill said if he couldn't win her over, he would agree to the annulment. However, Fizz spoke to Eveline about her quandary, and the battle axe made it very clear she and her grandson would not be able to keep up the pretense. This was a hint that it is very likely Fizz and Phill will not end up together, and he will find out about her affair with Tyrone. If this happens, the character could be on the lookout for a new romance, as he has a lot of love to give. Having become an established character over the past year, he could find himself settling down in Weatherfield with Debbie. At the moment, she has been enjoying a romance with Ronnie Bailey, Vinfa Morgan, but this is all set to come crashing down later this week. When Ed Bailey, Trevor Michael Georges, is injured whilst working at one of Debbie's hotels, the repercussions of this could lead to the pair calling time on their relationship. This is where Phill could step in, as he would be able to comfort the businesswoman at the same time he is going through his own heartbreak. Could they be a match made in heaven, or will they realize they are better off as friends rather than lovers? How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car, which caused his death? How many times has Corey's Steve McDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who was he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phill in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. The actor who plays Phill, Jamie, has spoken out about the fallout from his character's wedding and what this means for his character going forward. Discussing Phizz's betrayal by sleeping with Tyrone, Jamie explained, "I really think if he found out that it was anything to do with Tyrone, the double betrayal of that would be devastating. It would be a double whammy because has come to the street and has built a network, but it's all around Fizz, and Tyrone has become a good friend. Has becoming a better friend by the day, has helped to kind of manufacture this situation. He helped Phill find the engagement ring. He put in a good word, so if he was to find out that it was something to do with them too, it would be a double loss and a huge double betrayal. So there would be no way back for Phill and Fizz from here." And it seems viewers have been sharing their thoughts on the disastrous wedding on Twitter. Yasmin wrote, "Poor Phill, he didn't deserve that. Hope he stays on regardless of what happened tonight. I mean, how cruel was Fizz last night? Jamie's a great actor, by the way, like him too on screen." Bernice added, "Can't wait for Tyrone to carry on behind Fizz's back. Phill deserves better than Fizz and troublemaker hope #Corey." Hutcherson commented, "Sorry for Phill but glad to see Fizz and Tyrone back together. They have chemistry, she had none with Phill #Corey. I feel so sorry for Phill. Why did Fizz not say anything before they were married?" Zoe asked. "So could Phill and Debbie be a better fit?"